Hello everyone and welcome to the latest episode of Trader Talks. Today we're focusing on Grab Holdings, which has had a bit of a buzz over the weekend from retail traders and investors. It's also up significantly in pre-market. So I wanted to discuss why. I wanted to have a look at the chart as well for everyone else to decide. So do let me know what you think, like, share, subscribe, all of that jazz. And do remember the presentation is for educational purposes only and should not be taken as investment advice, a personal recommendation or an offer of or solicitation to buy or sell any financial instruments. If you're on the podcast, the link is in the bio to watch along on YouTube. Grab Holdings, for those that don't know, has been nicknamed the Uber of Southeast Asia. Not a bad nickname to have. They got their Q4 earnings out next week. The stock is actually down since its SPAC a few years ago, but is up year to date. And as I mentioned, is up significantly in pre-market trade. Remember, we've had a long weekend with yesterday being a bank holiday in the States because of President's Day, but the market is set to open significantly higher, and the buzz really started to gain some traction over the weekend on social media. The financials aren't too bad, but this does remind me of previous years where certain stocks get a buzz and then can significantly jump either direction. So let's have a look at the chart. What have we got? Well, where we closed on Friday was at 490, below the high of last year, which is around give or take around 570. So in terms of key areas and levels to keep an eye on this week, and I suppose next week with the earnings, I'd be really focusing in on 590. That is the first hurdle, this area around sort of $6, that you would say, okay, if we can get above that, if we can close above that, then yeah, fine, this thing is off to the races. And $10.11 isn't the most crazy thing to expect to see. So that would be the first thing of note. If we can close above 590, it would feel like the next course of action is towards $10, as that is the next sort of key resistance level. We go back to 2021 and people would be looking at that. That said, I've seen this many times with stocks as well before, where you get your push up in early trade and then we close back below 590 or whatever that previous high is. And if that is the case, then the market can for sure start pushing to the downside. So there's a need sometimes with these cases to be a little bit patient. Yes, I know you might feel like you're missing the ball by not jumping in on these things, but that very, very rarely will end well. However, for those that are already in, maybe you've got in on the idea of them having a takeover, or you think that they've broken out a key resistance level in previous months, and you could argue there was a good opportunity once we broke above this area. 401, look at that, 1 test, 2 test, 3, 4, 5 breaks up. Let's say you're long from there. You're sitting in this right now thinking, okay, this is great. Why can't we now break the high of last year, break all of this structure, and then start pushing up towards $10.11? If the best case scenario for the bulls does happen, other areas just to be aware of, I suppose, as a mid-range point, you're probably going to want to keep an eye on in and around $12, $13. And the reason for that, if I just draw on my rectangle here, you can see the breakdown area was resistance and then turned to support and then turned to resistance again. Real key level to sort of focus in on. It's a bit of a zone, so that could be another potential profit target if things go well. And then, of course, you've got those all-time highs up around $16.5, $17. But let me know what you're thinking. Do you think it's just another one of these hype sort of meme stocks, or do you think there's more in it? Let me know what you think. Take care, everyone. See you next time.